Now, if you can learn how to, again, learn how to use a credit card, you can learn how to use cryptocurrency, okay? So think of us as like the Yale of foreign exchange and the Harvard of cryptocurrency. All I Am Academy is an educational platform to teach you a skill of what to do with your money. Now, I just said a lot of information and you all are looking at me like, girl, what are you talking about? And if you're anything about like me, I am a person of examples and need to see how to utilize or see what you're saying, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just give you guys the background information. Is that okay? Can I just give you, like, show you what I'm talking about and what you're getting to? Yeah. Okay, cool. And when you can see my screen, drop a 1 in the chat. Perfect. You can see me. Now, what I love the most about logging into I Am Academy is this right here. It says, welcome, Samaya, you're in control. And I don't know about you all, but after having my boss, my ex-boss, give me a platform and say, hey, good luck. At that point in time when I felt out of control, in chaos, in a world, in a storm, it felt, I don't know, a little refreshing or relieving to understand and to know that finally I'm in control of how far I can go. And I Am Academy said there is no limit to how far you can grow. Okay, so we're going to introduce you, now that you know, understand what cryptocurrency is, what the foreign exchange market is, we're going to introduce you to this 1, 2, 3 system on how to profit and take your trading and your income to the next level. So up first, step number 1 is our prerequisites. Think of it as if you're learning anything in school, you have your orientation class. This is the class that gives you the syllabus. Hey, this is where we're going to be going over. This is what you can expect out of the currency, out of the class. It's going to give you the background policies again. See, technology likes to embarrass us in front of company. It's okay. IAM.Center, it says that this is going to give you the basics and the histories of how the money moves, what the money, here we go, what the money does, and the basics of life, okay? And it simply teaches you what to do with your money, how to utilize your money, and it's going to give you the quick history of how it works.
Trader is objective. To be objective means to base your trade decisions upon evidence, not emotions. This is done by implementing an objective trade system that includes unwavering risk management. A trader is disciplined. Being disciplined means you follow your objective trade system even when you don't feel like it.
Okay. I'm just going to pause it right there because he's talking about, he's going to get into the sauce, but that is something we want to pause, we want to pause on, because a trader's mindset is everything. I want you all to understand that this industry is profitable. It is great, right? But it's also 90% mental. If you are disciplined and you're structured in what you do, you will grow. 10% of this industry is skill. Once you learn the basics, once you learn everything about it, everything comes natural. But that mindset is everything. And if you make the decision to have a disciplined mindset, you will win at this. If that makes sense, and I can go to the next one, drop a 2 in the chat. Yeah. Perfect. Step number 2. Again, so step number 1, we have our prerequisites, the education. Step number 2, our go live. And baby, if you ask me, go live is the bread and butter. Go live is for those people that say, those videos are great, but I need some interaction. I need you to tell me what to do. And if I have a question, I need you to answer my question. Is anybody else like that? Yes? I don't know about you. That's how I am. Right? Hey, Keisha, shout out to my Instagram. Thank you. Right? And so on Go Live, we have a platform, right? Thank you. Talk to me. Yes, Kathy. Yes, Bougie. Yes, Natavia. Yes, Kevin. Perfect. Y'all are like me too. And we have a platform of educators, 6- and 7-figure earning educators that set up the same skill set and teach us how to trade, hopping on go live sessions. We like to call it hustle flicks, right? It's like Netflix. You could pick your genre, you could pick your category, you could pick your strategy, and choose what works for you Monday through Friday, and hop on here as they actually mark up the charts. We have a few people that are live right now. One of our favorite educators is on right now. I'm just going to give you a live example of what's going on.
Not used to, but I really do have a feeling that they want to do something like this.
Sheesh, marking up the
The market
charts.
pulls back. They're going to tap this area right here. I see it now. I see it.
Hey, family, if somebody is
Here's my
actually in the
breaking
family, can y'all
structure.
just go ahead and hop over and see what they're marking up?
Here's my starting point.
But right now, what's going on, as you can see, they're interacting
So they're
in the
tapping
chat. They're
that level
talking to
now.
him, right? He's
So
talking
now
back.
what we have to do is we got to find
You
the
can
starting
actually,
point that pushed us into this danger zone.
I'm going to give you all
which
examples.
is right here. All right, if this thing is going to sell down, we need it to reject off of this level.
And as you can see,
close
it will
below,
actually
and then
pop up.
make that
This is
massive
not
move
just
down.
cap,
That's what I want to see on
right?
US 30. Okay, so if we can get that close below and
Literally.
that massive move,
I don't know
all the way
about you
back
all, but
down
I
to
don't,
this range.
you don't have, I don't know anywhere else you have access to a live 7-figure earner teaching you how to go into the same trades that he takes himself. Do you understand? I don't know. My CEO wasn't coming down to orientation on the first day of work and saying, hey, this is how I became the CEO of this corporation. This is how I make my millions every single day. But we have educators who do this daily and show us how to mark up the charts. Because a lot of times when people come to it, they say, oh, this is confusing. I need help with this. I need help with that. IM Academy said we understand, and we're going to give you that help. And for whatever reason, if you're at work, if you are a full-time mom, shout out to the parents, if you're a full-time father, if you are just a full-time TT like me, right? If you just got a life, okay? And you can't happen to miss the live session. He has every single session recorded, and you can go back and rewatch it. So if you miss something, or even if you were on a live and you're like me, you just need to repeat it over and over and over again until you get it. Those are options are available to you. If that's something that you think that you know that you can take advantage of, drop a yes in the chat so that we can move on to step number 3. Has this been simple so far, y'all? I'm almost finished. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy, right? Step number 3 is our apps and signals. Our apps and signals. It's simple. We have trade alerts signals called our Blaze app and our if you have our crypto and our stocks and crypto, it'll give you access to what's called our Swipe Coin app. On these apps, they post trade alerts and they give you the trade setups on how to enter it into your broker. You literally get a text message that says, hey, it's time to get paid. So for those of you like, well, I want a return on my investment. Can I make money while I'm learning this system? The answer to your question is yes. It's a very simple 1, 2, 3 strategy, you all, that I chose to take advantage of on March 7th, 2021. It was one of the best decisions that I ever made of my life. Life circumstance put me in a position and it forced me against a wall where I had to make a decision. Either I'm going to crumble or I'm going to stand tall. And because I made that decision, I was led into meeting one of the greatest women I have ever known in my life. Someone who makes decisions every single day to change the standard of what greatness looks like. Someone who literally goes from good to great every single day. And she doesn't only do it for herself, but she does it for the people around her. I can honestly say that meeting her has pulled out the best in me. things that I didn't even realize that I was capable of, but she saw in me from day one and pushed me to become the trader that I am today. Although I'm not fully free and in the position that she is on from my 9 to 5, she's teaching me how to use my 9 to 5 and to free myself from the system and the strategies that are limiting me every single day. Because of her, I found out that how to take the money from my 9 to 5, invest it into my trading account, and to free myself. Because of her, this time next year, I'm going to be debt free because I'm on track to being completely debt free. And again, you guys, I have lupus. Hospital bills are not cheap. Medicine is not cheap. But because of her teaching me and putting me in position of what to do with my money, by this time next year, I will be financially free, a full-time entrepreneur, working towards my own freedom, my own healing, and growing and traveling all over the world. Because of who she is, I am the best version of myself. And so if you haven't been taking notes so far, you better be taking notes right now, because I'm going to be taking notes as well, because she is someone, a Black queen, who decided to make a decision to shape the future moments of everyone around her and the legacy that she is bringing up now. So again, give it some love, give it some flowers for my mentor, the Tia Bowden.
Wow. Can we keep the hearts rolling? Keep the hearts, the flames, the sevens, the hearts, any emoji you can get your finger on as quick as possible for Samaya B. That was literally about 30 minutes of solid information, helping us do what's required to change our current situation. I couldn't be more thankful. Whenever I see this information, I'm just reminded to myself, wow, why wasn't I taught it sooner? And drop a 3 if you're thinking the same thing. Why wasn't I taught this sooner? Why didn't I learn this sooner? Why didn't somebody give me this game earlier on in my life? And shout out to Krista for the incredible opening. Shout out to Samaya for the incredible beginning. Drop a 3 if you understand. If I were to end the Zoom link right now, you all will be just fine due to the value that you just received. And that just makes me really happy, because one thing I know is that Samaya is an individual who sacrifices every single day just to make sure that people are in position for their highest level of success. Charles Darwin said it's not the strongest of species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but it's the ones that are most responsive to change. Drop a 3 if you understand that change is the most constant variable of our life. And I've seen Samaya adjust and adapt, adjust and adapt, adjust and adapt. One thing we always say in our community is that amateurs complain, professionals adjust. So when you're faced with controversy, when you're faced with situations, which one are you a part of? Samaya, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being a product of servitude, a product of change, a product of adjustments, and a product of the product. You made things clear as day, and now I have the easy part. Drop a 4 if you understand I have the easy part. I just want to have a wealthy conversation. Is that okay? Can we have a wealthy conversation? I got about 10 or 15 minutes in me. We can just have a wealthy conversation and keep the 4s rolling if you understand that in order for you to be wealthy, okay, you have to listen to individuals who are also wealthy. In order for you to be successful, Alejandra, you have to listen to individuals who are successful. In order for you to be wealthy, Bougie, you have to listen to individuals who are already bougie. In order for you to get where you want to be, Cindy and Dana and Dayan, you have to listen to people who are already there. Kevin, let me ask you this. Would you ever ask a homeless person for advice on where to live? Cam, Natavia? No. So why do we listen to our friends who are still figuring it out for advice on how to get where we want to be, instead of just asking the people who are where we want to be? So really fast, drop me the name of the person who invited you to this overview in the chat box. Let me know, who are you listening to? Who put you in position? Who gave you the game? Okay, because one thing I understand is that we're moving from a consumer to a producer matrix, okay? Drop a 1 if you understand that every time money is spent, somebody makes money. Kevin, I like that. Great mentality. Oh, DT Bolden, thank you. Tia, oh, thank you all. Amber's my mentor. I love it. Wow, Steph brought me. I love it. Okay. Every single time money is spent, somebody makes money. Zion, I love it. Okay. So if you're buying on Amazon, every time you make a purchase on Amazon, drop a 4 if you understand somebody makes money. Every time you buy something on Etsy, shout out Samaya, Zion, I love this. Every time you spend, somebody makes money. How do you transition from the person who's spend to the person who's earning? And fun fact, if you all have never heard this before, there's no surprise that the last 3 letters in the word spend are what? End. So that means the more you spend, the more your money is coming to an end. But what are the last 4 letters in the word learn? Earn. So the more you learn, the more you put yourself in position to learn. So you've listened to Samaya. You've gotten a great insight on this information, but now it's time for you to put yourself in position. And I'll be honest with you all, the best way to get into position is simply by getting in position. I started this business back in 2018. And drop a 1 if you understand that the decisions you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow, because that's simply why I got started. I was in a situation and I wanted things to change. And I realized that the only way for things to change in my life, Greg, the only way for things to change in my life, V, was for me to change something in my life. I made a decision on April 18, 2018 to get started with this academy. I was in the same seat as you, Trey, same seat as you, Krista, same seat as you, Joya, looking for a difference. I was in graduate school, finishing my master's in electrical engineering. I moved forward to begin a career as a manufacturing engineer at NASA. And to this day, I can tell you the best decision I made while I was there was starting in this academy. Drop a 2 if you understand. I started this business while I was in college. I began on a part-time basis before it became my full-time oasis. One of my biggest things I don't like is when people say, oh, in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to quit a job. And my question for them is, when is the last time you've ever seen anybody start a business for free? It's not realistic. You have to start from somewhere, and 90% of entrepreneurs began their businesses while they were working full-time. Drop a 4 if you understand there's very few businesses you can start up successfully for free. Transparently. Okay, so if we're on the same page, drop me a 1 in the chat box if you've ever been in school, heard of school, or you currently work. Because that's what I want to talk to today. Are people who are in school, been to school, thought about school, or currently working. I think all of us fall in those 3 unless you're in the 1% with those. Okay, 100%. And for me, I've been there before. I started this business because I wanted extra income without having to pick up another shift around my engineering class schedule. That was it. I wanted something that could give me some residual income on a casual basis. Peter, I didn't want to go and clock in after work. Eileen, I didn't want to do the same thing every single day. While I was working, I didn't have much energy. And for anybody who's working right now, Samaya said it plain as day. There's nothing wrong with the job, but one stream of income is just too close to none. Drop a 4 if COVID taught us that better than anything else. So I made the decision to get started. And 2 years later, 2 years, 365 multiplied by 2. 2 years later, I generated enough income to walk away from a 6-figure career at NASA. Now, everybody dropped the word how, H-O-W, how? I know that's a big question. How did you start at this engineer and transition 2 years later into this mogul and entrepreneur? And how? Sometimes I wondered the same thing. I look back, I'm like, wow, that was pretty quick. But the truth is that I made it simple. Drop a 3 if you're listening to these concepts and you're like, whoa, what is this? I'll be honest with you all. When I started, I didn't know anything about investing. I didn't know about finances. I didn't even have Robinhood on my phone. All I knew was that I wanted to make some money. So don't let the information overwhelm you. Don't let the concepts look difficult to you. Because drop a 9 in the chat box if you know that we sat in school and learned information that we haven't used since then. Drop a 9 if you learned about planets in school, because Neptune and Saturn haven't paid me a single dime. Drop a 9 if you learned about presidents in school, because if you're president and you're not on the back of my $20 bill, you haven't really impacted me much either. Drop a 9 if you learned the Pythagorean theorem in school. Somebody said, or Pluto. Has anybody used Pythagorean theorem since we last learned it? A squared, B squared. Has that ever been used at a dinner table, to check out at a restaurant, to buy a car? No. But why were we forced to learn it? Because they told us to. So when we look at this academy and this education, I said, what is the best way for me to make it simple? And that's how I went from my life changing in 2 years. Here's how we made it simple. Okay, put CPP in the chat box. CPP stands for copy, paste, profit. I'm gonna tell you all what worked for me. There are different things that work for different people, but if you are confused right now and the information seems like a lot, let me show you how to make it simple with copy, paste, profit, okay? Here we mastered the art of copy, paste, profit. Copy, paste, profit says this: I know you're busy. I know you don't have a lot of hours in the day. I know your schedule is packed right now. I know you may not have the sacrifice when you first start, but I Am Academy understands that. So we take the millionaire educators and their trading ideas, their insight, and they send it to you on a money app. Drop a $ in the chat if you wish you had a money app. I get notifications from Instagram, notifications from Threads, notifications from every app on my phone, but not a single one of them is sending me money except for Trade Locker and these copy paste apps. Copy paste says, while you're mastering the skill, we're going to show you a way to start making some money so that you can feel confidence that it works. Drop a $ if that makes sense for you. We sat in school for 4 years for a degree. Y'all realize we sat in school for 4 years, got a degree, and the degree doesn't even guarantee you a job. You got to go apply, get an interview, and pass the interview for them to tell you how much they want to pay you every hour. But this copy paste says, here's a trade to your phone. Put it in on your app. And you see some profit. And if you're in our family right now, I just want to see something. Drop me a 7 if you've ever profited from copy paste. Let me see. Shout out to Krista. Shout out to Bougie. Shout out to Natavia. Oh, goodness. Oh, they're going fast. Shout out to Natasha. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Maya Beach. She said today. Come on now. Shout out to Joya. Shout out to Isha. So for the people, shout out to Jay Jenkins. Oh, this is flowing. So for the people on this call who are looking like, I don't know if this will work for me, I'm not sure. There are real results from real people happening real time in our face. The only difference in these individuals and you is that they made the decision. Drop a 1 if you understand it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. You're not going to be a master trader by tomorrow. You can start today. You will not understand all the markets by tomorrow. I'll be honest and tell you. But you can copy paste by tomorrow. You can take some practice trades by tomorrow. Drop a 1 if you understand Blaze is going to send out some alerts between now and tomorrow. And I just pray that everybody on this call is a part of them so that we can profit together. If it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill, do you want to start seeing a return now while you're learning? Or do you want to wait till you master the skill to see a return? Comment now or later in the chat box, whichever one you are. I see a lot of nows, a little of later. Okay. So for all my now people, my question is this. Will you allow 6 digits on this copy paste screen to lead you to 6 figures? Will you allow 6 digits to lead you to 6 figures? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. 6 digits to 6 figures. Okay. And for everybody saying yes, let's talk tuition. Okay. My college people, drop a 4 if you're familiar with tuition. Every educational system in the United States has what we call a tuition. Everything you do, fun fact, wealthy combo fact, everything you do in life is going to cost you 1 or 2 things, time or money. You have to be willing to sacrifice one of them to get where you want to be. Samaya said back in the day, it used to take, what, $25,000 to start trading? Trading was for rich people. It was what the people with money did. Robert Kiyosaki, he has a trading course out right now. It's $10,000 for a series of 12 videos. You watch them and hopefully you see success. I've invested into $5,000 e-commerce academies where they gave us a series of videos, nobody to call, nobody to lean back on, nobody to ask for help, nobody to get one-on-one mentorship with, and I was expected to see success. So it's almost laughable to look at this academy, look at this information, and brag on the fact that it's as low as $274. But what do we receive with that? So for your $274 investment, you receive access to the largest educational online platform for digital success and our community inside of Digital Dynasty. The products are what we pay for. The community is what we stay for. You receive 24/7 access to our learning academy, guided training schedules with nightly insight for success, daily online live mentorship, one-on-one with individuals who are willing to interact with you and make sure you have understanding, provision from 6- and 7-figure mindset, social media, and e-commerce earners willing to assist you to get where they are, if not farther. And on top of the $275, we have what's called a monthly investment. Drop an M. I'm not going to skip over it. I like to go straight at the monthly investment. It's my favorite thing to talk about. $249.95. I love the monthly investment. Why? Because it keeps you accountable and responsible over the money you make. For some of us, if we weren't investing monthly, we would blow the money that we make every single month. Some of us invest monthly and still blow the money we make every month. Drop an M in the chat box if you understand $250 is $9 a day. So if you go to Starbucks every day, look, if you're invested in Hulu or Netflix, if you're paying monthly for things that don't pay you back, can you make $9 a day to make this work? We made more than that in the Blaze trade yesterday. We made more than that in ETH over the weekend in cryptocurrency, but you have to start evaluating the money that you're making. I love to think of this academy like a paid internship. We all talked about college. Let's make the numbers make sense. Drop a 1 if you understand that at a 2-year college, a whole year costs about $14,000. I just want to make the numbers make sense. At a 4-year college, an entire year costs about $33,000. Once you add up your meal plan, room and board, classes that you probably won't use once you finish them. And don't be mad when I talk about college. Look, I have 2 degrees, so I can proudly talk about college. I'm experienced. But for 18 months, that's over a year inside of I Am Academy with your startup of $275 and your monthly investment of $250, it's less than $6,000. Drop a 3 if you understand that this math is mathing. We're not putting you into student debt. We're not Uncle Sam knocking on your door every single month wondering where that money is. We're not calling you out for a loan. We're not sending you to collections. So for anybody wavering about $275, ask yourself, when is the last time you put $275 into something? Was it rent? Was it shoes? Was it clothes? Was it hair? Was it a concert? Was it a vacation? I just booked a Southwest Airlines flight about 2 hours ago. One way, it was $297. Drop a 2 if you understand that Southwest is not going to give me any return on that investment. When I land, they're going to say, thank you for flying with Southwest. Please come back again. Not a dollar, not a copy paste, not an insight, not a mindset, not an uplift, not a Zoom call. Drop a 4 if you understand we pay for things every single month. It's $250 is child's play. We pay rent, we pay bills, we pay car insurance. It's September 2nd. Some of y'all just finished paying bills. Some of us are outstanding on bills right now. And none of these things show us a return. Your car insurance has never said thank you for what you give them. The gas tank has never said good job, here's $1 back. Nissan, Verizon, AT&T, whatever the name of your complex is, none of them have given you anything in return. But it's blessed for me to say that this 3-figure investment has changed the lives in people like Samaya B, has changed lives in people like Krista Marie, has changed lives in people like Kathy Pearson and Cindy, has changed lives for Mark Sanders, changed lives for Femi, changed lives for Trey Lee, changed lives for Zion Latham, changed lives for Tori Bell. But you have to decide that you want a change. And there's some people looking at this saying, look, T, I understand the college numbers, I get it, but I just don't have that amount to come out of my bank account every month. Is there any way that I can utilize something to get it waived? Drop a 4 if you understand that every college has scholarships. Whether you were hooping in school and got that scholarship, you had good grades, you got an academic scholarship. Here, our scholarship program is titled 2 and Free. 2 and free, 2 and free, 2 and free. And I want you all to think of it like this. Drop a 2 in the chat box if you ever had 2 people ask you for money. Put it like that. Have you ever had 2 people need something from you? Because I don't know about you all, but ever since I started in this industry, every time somebody asks me for money, asks me for a donation, asks me for help with rent, I tell them about the academy. Why? Because if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And transparently, I'm not asking you all to teach anybody. With love, you're not qualified to just yet. But drop a 2 if you can have 2 individuals learn alongside you. You can create what we call a study group of 2 individuals who are learning at the same capacity as you. And now your monthly is waived and you're learning for free. Okay? You're not guiding anybody. You're not showing them how to trade. You're still learning as well. But drop a 4 if you understand in school, we sat in a classroom together. We didn't have one student go graduate and come back and show us all the concepts. We all sat side by side, cheated off of each other, came back from lunch at the same time, learned together, working towards our $1 million graduation. It's the same concept here. Last thing I want to expose you all to before I let you go is our business owner program. Drop a 1 if you have a business, thought about a business, considered a business, have an idea for a business but don't know how to get it off the ground, or thinking of a business concept and want to put it into fruition. Did you know that you can begin a business with I Am Academy? That's like a one-stop shop. Like, oh my goodness, where was this my whole time? I was wondering the same thing. Business is an investment. So let me ask you all this, a wealth question. If you were to put your expenses together on a monthly rotating basis, how much would you need to be free? Yesterday was September 1st, so I know we're familiar with our bills. How much do you need on a monthly recurring basis to be free? $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month would free you or put you at a place of comfort and not having to worry. $2K a month. I like that, Jamel. Thank you for that realistic response. I got 4K a month in my private message. Anybody else? What amount do you need to be free? This is a wealthy conversation. Before I can teach you how to make money, I need to know how much you need to be at mental ease. Trey said 5K. Kathy said 5K. Isha said 3.5K. I love that. Samaya said 6K. Anthony said over 8K. Anthony, I don't know where you live. You in Cali? Bougie said 3K. Good said too much. 10K. Okay. Krista said 4K. Alejandra said 10K. Zion said 5K. 100K. Wow. Just to be comfortable. Okay. 2K. So let me know this. Is the amount you need monthly on this goal sheet? Look at it closely. The numbers may be kind of small. Is your freedom amount on this sheet? Is your freedom number on this goal sheet? Yes or no? If it is, I want you to know that it is attainable. Yylin, if you said 100K right here, Chairman 100 makes 100K every single month. I promise you it's here. I promise. Is your freedom number on this goal sheet? And it may be kind of small. My apologies. But if your freedom number is on this goal sheet, that means that one, it is attainable. And two, there are individuals achieving that amount on a monthly recurring basis. If you're a leader on this call, drop me the highest level you've ever achieved in this industry. Let me know really fast so I can make it plain for the people working towards their freedom. Platinum 2000, Zion Latham is currently making $500 every single week, $2,000 a month for impacting 75 lives. Same with Natasha Blair. Platinum 600 for Trey Lee. Okay? Making an extra $600 a month, residually $150 a week for impacting 12 lives. Drop a 1 if you understand that as your impact increases, your income does the same. This business and development outreach program is completely optional, but open for those who want to have money coming in consistently while they're learning the skill, while they're mastering e-commerce, while they're understanding these concepts. Samaya B, Platinum 1000 leader, making $1,000 a month, $250 every single Friday for impacting 30 lives. Completely optional. But drop a 4 if you understand that these amounts are attainable. You just have to make a decision. See, the only difference in the people who are receiving these levels of income is that they made the decision to get in position, and now their intention has led them to ascension. See, when we get off of this call, we're going to go back to making money. We're going to go back to copy pasting. We're going to go back to our go live, go back to our lesson sessions, and go back to learning. This is just our chance to expose and give you all a chance to do the same. One thing I know is that there's 3 types of people on this call. Person number 1, you say, I'm ready to get started. I needed something. I was looking for a way. I've been doing the same thing for a little too long. I'm willing to give this a shot and see if it works for me. When it was a night out for dinner with my friends, I made the decision. When it was a new pair of Jordans, I made the decision. When it was a section with my homies, I made the decision. When it was my birthday, I made the decision. So now, when it's me, now when the investment is on myself, I'm going to keep that same energy and get started. I want you to reach back out to whoever invited you, tell them I'm ready to do what's required. My number is on that freedom sheet and I'm ready to see it in my bank account. What do I need to do next? Person number 2, you say, you know what? I'm ready, but I'm a little confused. The information was great. I just need a little more clarity. If somebody could call me one-on-one, set up a Zoom, walk me through all the steps of what I'm getting myself into, I'll be ready to get started. I've seen plenty of opportunities before, and I refuse to let this one pass me by. Not having the money doesn't make you broke, but poor stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly, and that won't be me any longer. Reach out to whoever got you on this call. Say, hey, I'm person number 2. Let me know what I need to do. Person number 3, you say, you know what? I think I'm going to pass on this for right now. I don't know if the time is right. I'm not in the best place to get started right now. But I do know somebody who can succeed with this. I'm going to send you over their information. And when the time is right for me, I'm going to get plugged in as well. And for person number 3, I understand. But drop a 1 if you understand we are in the Uber, DoorDash, and Instacart society. We can sell clothes, sell shoes. If we had a family member in jail right now, we'd find a way to get these funds. What are you doing currently for the financial prison that you're in? We are in the best era to get rich. We just have to transition from consumers to producers. See, the reason you weren't taught business ownership in school is because they didn't want you to make more than your teachers. The reason you weren't taught trading at work is because they didn't want you to make more than your boss. But the reason that myself and Samaya are giving you this information is because we want you to be better and to go farther than we've ever been. So for whoever is ready to break the matrix, please reach out to whoever invited you. Tell them I'm ready to do something different. And always remember this. You've been working for your money long enough. It's time for your money to work for you. So when it does, I look forward to seeing you in our new group chats. I look forward to seeing you in profit from the copy paste. I look forward to seeing you in Monterey. Most importantly, I look forward to seeing you at the top because the bottom is far, far, far too crowded. But myself and the Digital Dynasty family will never look down on anybody unless we're willing to help them up. Have a great night, fam.